Hello, Standard 10. Your Arun sir going to teach biology chapter 6 photosynthesis, and it is part 3. Dear children, what we have discussed in the previous video, we have discussed what is photosynthesis, what is the importance of photosynthesis, what is the location of chloroplast and chlorophyll. We have discussed about the ultrastructure of a chloroplast. We have discussed the theories related to opening and closing of a stomata. How it opens, the old theory, that is sugar concentration theory, and the new potassium ion concentration theory we have discussed. We have discussed the process of photosynthesis, in which when the water is required for photosynthesis, it is 12 H2O, and in the product it is 6 H2O, which is not from the original one. It is formed by reformed by chain of reaction, series of reaction. We have discussed two phases of photosynthesis, and those two phases are light dependent phase and light independent phase. Okay, light dependent phase and light independent phase. Number one is light dependent phase, and number two is light independent phase. And what I have discussed, that light dependent phase takes place in the presence of light. It means during daytime it will take place, and where it occurs in grana, because rings of thylakoids are called grana, and the walls of thylakoid contain chlorophyll, which has got the capacity to convert solar energy into chemical energy, and it takes place in the grana. Second one is light independent phase, means light is not necessary. It takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast, and day and night both, but this process will not take place during night because light is necessary, and here light is not necessary, so it is called light independent phase. During daytime both the phases go simultaneously, but during night time this phase stops and this process continues. So that is clear. Now in detail we have to go about the light dependent phase. What happens in light dependent phase? What is made? Okay, first thing happens, that is activation of chlorophyll. And we are knowing that chlorophyll is present in the walls of the thylakoid. When light falls, it becomes activated becomes active. Earlier it was dormant, sleeping. And as far as light is concerned, light is a form of energy. We are knowing, we read from the junior classes, that light is a form of energy, and it is made up of a small unit called photons. A small unit, and that small unit is photons. Okay, means light is made up of small unit, or the smallest unit of light is the photon, and due to photon only this chlorophyll becomes activated. Now first, okay, activation of chlorophyll occurred. Now after that what will happen? After that, second stage is the light dependent phase, that is splitting of water, splitting of water or breaking of water molecule. Water, two molecules of water, 2H2O, okay, and in the presence of four photons, okay, four photons, it breaks to form hydrogen ion, okay, hydrogen ion plus this electron which is loosed is here 4 electron, and electron contain negative charge and oxygen. So try to understand it. First phase is the light dependent phase which occurs during daytime, takes place in granite, and first step in the light dependent phase is the activation of chlorophyll, because light is made up of photon, and second step is splitting of water, and water is broken to hydrogen ion, electron and oxygen. Since splitting of water takes place in the presence of light, we can also call it photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. Photolysis means what? Lysis means breaking and photo means light. Breaking of water in the presence of light. So, 4 photons are required to break 2 molecules of water to form 4 hydrogen ion and 4 electrons. Now, very important thing which we have to discuss, what happens to these 4 hydrogen ion and 4 electrons. Very, very important part. Listen. First thing, we know that already one compound is there, and the name of that compound is NADP. It is already present in the leaf, and its full form abbreviation will be asked. Nicotinamide, nicotinamide. See, nicotinamide, dinucleotide, phosphate T. Once more, try to understand it. N, nicotinamide, dinucleotide, phosphate. These 4 hydrogen ions add with NADP to form NADPH. NADPH, nicotinamide, dinucleotide, phosphate, hydrogen. So, second step, after splitting or photolysis of water, this 4 hydrogen ion is consumed by the NADP to form NADPH. Next thing, this oxygen is given out in the photosynthesis, and this oxygen only balance the amount of oxygen in atmosphere. Otherwise, slowly the oxygen will deteriorate, decrease, but it never happens because that is released by the photosynthesis. And what happens to this 4 electron? This 4 electron, you must have heard about ADP. One compound is there, and the name of the compound is adenosine. And this adenosine is combined with 2 phosphate. So its name is ADP, adenosine diphosphate. This 4 electron is used, negatively charged 4 electron is used, ADP, and ADP is added with 1 P. What will happen? Now 3P will become. If 3P will become, means ADP will change to ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is called as the currency of energy. Okay, in photosynthesis, energy is also produced in the form of ATP. Now listen, a reaction in which phosphorus is added, a reaction in which phosphorus is added, that reaction is called as phosphorylation. Phospho means phosphate, relation, it means addition of phosphate. Since this reaction takes place in the presence of light, so we can call it photophosphorylation. If it is asked what do you mean about phosphorylation, a reaction in which phosphate is added. And what is photophosphorylation? Photophosphorylation means a addition of phosphate in the presence of light. So this electron is used by ADP to add one more phosphate atom to become ATP. So this part is clear. So light phase we have understood, the three steps in the light reaction we have understood: activation of chlorophyll, splitting of water, and third this one. NADP is converted to NADPH and ADP is converted to ATP. So next part, now so we have understood about this next phase, the light independent phase. Means light is not necessary, light independent phase. Light independent phase is also called as light independent. Light independent phase is also called as biosynthesis. Biosynthesis phase, or earlier it was called as dark phase or dark reaction. Dark phase, but it is not true because simultaneously during daytime and night time with light dependent reaction this takes place. Now why it is called biosynthesis phase? Bio you are knowing, related to living, synthesis something formation. What is done? Whatever glucose is formed, the end product of the photosynthesis is glucose, and whatever glucose is formed, that glucose is a monomer. Glucose is what? Monomer. One unit is known as monomer. It will be consumed by the plant according to need, and whatever extra is left, it will be turned to starch. It will be converted to starch, and starch is the stored food material in the plant. Because during night time, what do you think? The plant will not not eat, will not get energy. Yes, if it is rainy season, then no light is there, plant will die. No, this stored form of food in the form of starch will be used for the survival of the plant. And glucose is a monomer and starch is what? Starch is polymer. Many glucose molecules combine to form polymer, and this reaction is known as polymerization. What this reaction is called? Polymerization. So you must have read in chemistry that ethene, many ethene molecules combine to form polythene, and that is also a polymerization reaction. So dark phase we have, or a light independent phase we have understood. One more thing we have to discuss, and that is adaptation of leaf to perform photosynthesis. Large surface area is there. Leaf has a large surface area, and keep in mind, if leaf size is larger, less will be number. If leaf size is smaller, like imli का पत्ता छोटा छोटा होता है, then the number of leaves will be larger. Second thing, leaf arrangement. It is arranged at 90 degrees so that maximum amount of light can be absorbed. Cuticle and the upper epidermis are thinner and are transparent so that light energy can pass. Next, numerous stomata. On the upper surface of the leaf, numerous stomata is present for the gaseous exchange. Okay. The thinnest of the leaves is very thin, so that easily the materials can be transported from one part of the leaf to another part. The chloroplast, maximum number of chloroplast is concentrated on the upper surface or the smooth surface of the leaf. The lower surface will contain less amount of chloroplast. And extensive vein system. In leaves you can see a network of veins is there, and for what purpose those veins are there? Those veins are there to reach the compounds from one place to another place. So dear children, today up to this much. In the next video we will discuss the rest part. Thank you very much.